Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and if you work for Amazon.com, I've got bad news for you. Christmas is more than likely canceled. Yes, it's not the Grinch that's going to be taking your Christmas away from you. It's not the horrible Grinch movie, because, the Grinch steals Christmas anyway. It might actually be Amazon.com. Amazon.com. And how did they steal Christmas? By giving a pay raise that wasn't much of a pay raise at all. I know you guys don't like it when I talk about Amazon, so tell you what, you indulge with me on this one. I'll give you another video later today. Not right away, but later today. Anyway, according to Time Magazine's Money section, the headline reads, "A slap in the face, Amazon is cutting warehouse workers' bonuses right before the holidays." What model saints this company is. Employees across the country are accusing Amazon of ruining Christmas with its October 2nd decision to raise the minimum wage to $15. Though the announcement was initially lauded by labor advocates, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, and the thousands of people who staff Amazon's more than 75 fulfillment centers, the details have begun to spark backlash. Among the biggest complaints, starting November 1st, Amazon is ending variable compensation pay, a program many workers rely on to finance their holiday shopping. According to several warehouse employees who spoke to Money on the condition of anonymity because they're afraid of repercussions, and by the way, yeah, they should be very afraid of repercussions. Amazon will not hesitate to fire you for talking anything bad about their company. The company has suddenly made Christmas a lot harder to afford. Quote, "We plan our lives around our pay," says a fulfillment center worker in the Midwest. How many families just got their holiday season cut to shreds? A raise by any other name. Before the announcement, Amazon had a unique pay structure. Employees got restricted stock units, shares that would vest after a certain amount of time at the company, as well as variable compensation pay, or VCP. In non-Amazon jargon, it's essentially a form of incentive pay. For most of the year, VCP allowed people to make a monthly bonus of up to 8% if they had good attendance and the faculty met its goals. Now, I will give this much. I complain about Amazon because they are super not flexible. I believe if you work in an Amazon warehouse, you're allowed 3 points. It's a point system. If you're late once, it's a point. And so if you get 3 points, then you're terminated. So they are not very lenient when it comes to being late. However, if you are also not late and you do your job above and beyond, they do appear to have incentives. So I'll give them that much credit. However, in October, November, December, a peak sales season for Amazon, which shipped more than 1 billion items during the 2016 holidays, maximum VCP would double to 16% in many locations. It was a win-win. Employees got extra money and Amazon got extra productivity. Like they have in the past, some Amazon workers were expecting to pull in hundreds of dollars in bonuses over the next 2 months. Then came October 2nd. The company wiped out VCP and much of the stock program in one fell swoop. The news felt like, quote, "a slap in the face" to one employee at a fulfillment center in the West. Money verified that she and others quoting the story do work at Amazon. "Every December, I counted on it. I would go to the store and just spend it all on my grandbaby and make sure he had a special Christmas. This year's going to be tough." Now, I want to pause for a second at this point in the story. There's more to talk about, obviously. But you know what? During this whole Amazon thing, I've had a Amazonian troll, so to speak, who said, "Hey, I work at Amazon. You don't know what you're talking about. It's great. We get great bonuses. This pay raise is going to be great. You just don't know what you're talking about." Well, there it is. There it is. In print, Amazon customers say it's going to be tough. They're having their bonuses wiped out. And at some point in here, it's a slap in the face. Well, it's the headline title. So apparently I have at least somewhat of a semblance that I know that working for Amazon really sucks. Also, idealism of a third-party seller, and you cannot imagine how many stealth accounts I've had to create with that company. But anyway, Amazon spokesperson Ashley Robinson tells Money that it'll even out in the end. Employees who had double VCP for October will still see it in their paychecks as long as the changes don't take place for a couple weeks. She also says all hourly operations and customer service employees will see an increase in their total compensation. The significant increase in hourly cash wages effective November 1st more than compensates for the phase-out of incentive pay and future stock options, she adds. In addition, because it's no longer incentive-based, the compensation will be more immediate and predictable. That kind of reminds me of how Uber said, hey, the news surge, remember how it was so unpredictable, how you could take a ride and get hundreds of dollars? Well, now you'll get garbage pay, but it'll be predictable garbage pay. But the timing stings for another worker in the Mid-Atlantic, a single mom on food stamps who says she was blindsided by the announcement. She estimates she'll make about the same amount of money yearly once the raise kicks in, but she's short of cash in the meantime. Quote, I have no room in my budget. I literally have no idea what I'm going to be doing, she says. I was depending on that VCP. In previous years, her bonuses totaled almost $200 per pay period. She always put it toward buying gifts for her kids. Last year, they wanted Hatchimals. This year, they're eyeing video games. I live paycheck to paycheck. That extra $200, that's my Christmas present, she says. We got it every year, and now it's gone. Now it's gone. You know what? Let's just visualize that, because like I've actually got, just for this video, about $200 here. I've got $200, yay. It's gone. It's gone, gone, gone. Let's just visualize it again. Oh, got money. Oh, nope. It's gone. Shirks. You suck, Bezos. She says she's trying to figure out how she can cut back on gifts. So far, her only idea is to knit as many things as possible. That's all she can afford. That's the last time I do that, I'll promise. I just lost everything. A fulfillment center worker who lives on the West Coast says she was originally happy to hear about the $15 wage increase. And, you know, in all fairness, who wouldn't? I was a little cautiously optimistic. I just know this company well to know that this was not the end of the story. She thought she was getting a raise in addition to her VCP and stock options, but then she went online and discovered that wasn't the case. I was like, oh my goodness, we're about to lose a lot of money. Where's my Amazonian troll now? Apparently there's employees who realize they're going to lose a lot of money. Apparently I was right about that one. For her, the VCP amounts to hundreds of dollars over the next 2 months. In the past, she used the pay to not only purchase gifts, but also get rid of debt. Half of a Christmas time check would be enough to pay off 2 of her credit cards and shop for her son. For me, it was a stress reliever. All year, I was like, by the holidays, I'm going to be back in the green. To abruptly get that information was no warning, and everyone's about to enter into peak. I just lost everything I was working towards. Robinson says the company worked quickly to get the update to teams, knowing there would be certain cases that would need to be adjusted. Some of those adjustments have already happened. On October 10th, Bloomberg reported that Amazon was awarding $1.25 raises to some employees who are already at $15 an hour, as well as cash bonuses who hit certain milestones in their careers. $1,500 when reach 5-year and $3,000 every 5 years afterwards. So that's nice, I guess. The company also promised $100 checks to people who have good attendance during December. The math doesn't work in everyone's favor. Imagine you're an Amazon employee and before the announcement, you were making $15 an hour and working 160 hours a month, which some of these Amazonians do make. Not many, of course, but a few. If you were earning 16% more in the double down period, that's $2.40 an hour or about $384 extra per month before any overtime, overnight, or holiday pay. Oh, no, this is getting slow. But now, say you're getting that $1.25 raise. Multiply that $1.25, 160 hours a month, and you're only getting $200 extra. That's a big, big difference. As a result, the West Coast employee says she's reconsidering whether she wants to stay at Amazon. During peak, we really give it our all. Everyone is on that same mission. Don't crash, eat properly, have your soda and coffee. What helps us come to work is that we know that payout is going to be worth it. She likes her job, but holiday shifts are so exhausting she sometimes has to sit in her car in the parking lot until she gathers enough energy to drive home. Now that VCP is gone, all I've been thinking about is it worth putting my body through that, she says. Now, what about beyond Christmas? Because here's the thing, they have stated this will help them out in the long run, and there is probably some truth to that. Some Amazon workers interpret the $15 news to mean that the company prioritizes newer seasonal workers over its veteran year-round ones. In its news release, the company says the minimum wage increase will benefit 100,000 seasonal employees who will be hired at Amazon sites across the country this holiday. Mark Perrone, the international president of the 1.3 million member United Food and Commercial Workers International Union, tells Money he thinks Amazon is going to attract new hires in a time when unemployment is low. The company's big announcement helped create buzz at the expense of existing staff. Of course, because Amazon has no loyalty to you. There's no such thing as loyalty at Amazon. You work for them, and they will totally screw you over if it will benefit them. While it made good copy for the newspapers and for television, including the Washington Post, which Bezos owns, the actual workers have found out if it was a bait and switch. They're chasing potential employees, and they're wanting a way to pay for it. Perrone's organization does not have official ties to Amazon, which is not unionized, but he has long been a vocal critic of the company. Robinson says the company plans to touch on the effect of the additional expense in the upcoming third quarter earnings guidance. Quote, "We value all associates, those who are new and those who have been with us for many years," she adds. But disgruntled workers aren't returning the love, nor should they. At least one warehouse saw people quit after the October 2nd announcement, and workers in other warehouses have begun to circulate petitions or privately discuss the possibility of protesting as Black Friday approaches. Now, by the way, it should be noted that some other countries did protest on Black Friday last year, or on Prime Day, I think it was. Maybe it was Prime Day this year. And it didn't really work. Sales broke all records, but what it did affect was those items getting out on time. So there might be something to that, sort of. In the United Kingdom, a group of 41 employees sent emails directly to CEO Jeff Bezos asking him to reinstate the stock in incentive pay programs. He won't. For his part, the Midwesterner says he's insulted by the way Amazon is framing the news as a raise for everyone. A longtime employee, he says he usually puts VCP into a savings account, which by the end of the year can reach $4,000. He's shaken by the fact that Amazon would take away VCP right before the time when people need it most, and he thinks Amazon should offer to cover the difference in paychecks for the next few months. I agree. Christmas and the company culture are at stake. It's an Amazonian thing. You get your stock, you get your VCP, everybody works for a goal, and we meet a goal, he says. Once you take that, you take apart what Amazon's about. Well, in that case, I will disagree with you. Amazon is not about working together. Amazon is about destroying competition and saving as much money as possible. Now, that was a fairly long article, and I think I've said everything I need to say, but I wanted to make this video because when I made that video criticizing Amazon taking away the stock options and the bonuses and paying $15 hours, people are saying like, oh, well, it'll work out better in the long run. You don't work there. And I want to show that, yes, there's actually quite a few Amazonians out there who are not happy with this. They are far from happy. In fact, many of them have actually already started to quit. Coupled with the stories about Whole Foods wanting to unionize for the first time in company history because they were treated so poorly, I think I'm making it pretty clear that Amazon is the Uber for e-commerce. However, I have more to speak about Amazon. It will not be the other video today, but on Sunday or Monday, we'll talk about it because Amazon's doing something that's a little bit shadier and possibly very, very illegal. In the meantime, what do you folks think about this? Do you agree with these employees? Do you disagree? Are there any Amazonians out there who want to refute what I'm saying? Because you know what? Maybe something in the article is wrong. Maybe you're an Amazonian and you like the fact that you're going to be making less money. If so, I would love to know why. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, of course, but even as low as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.